welcome. Let's welcome you, sir. The floor is yours, sir. You're welcome, sir. The floor is yours, sir.
All right, thank you very much, everyone. I was muted. Thank you, Benjamin. Thank you so much for the moderation this evening. Thank you for the contribution. I mean, this is a show of diligence. Having less than 24 hours to do an extensive work as this, and then in the review, we got quite an amazing feedback. Is a show of diligence. I see that we are so intentional with where we are heading to, particularly as young people. So again, I want to commend that resilience and effort. Again, you're welcome to School of the Essence, and Module 1 for Emerging Leadership course is Leadership Paradigm for Transformational Leadership. And then Lecture 1, we did Emerging Leadership Concept 2 days ago. Yesterday, we did Value-Based Leadership Paradigm, which today we are going to be looking at a movie review, Evan Almighty. For the sake of replay, this particular module is on record, and you can find the link on the YouTube channel, so you can just go back and then do a refresher course and get yourself up and running. Okay, so you're welcome. I was so happy hearing that most of us really took out time to do a good work on Evan Almighty, and that is fine. So, how many of you remember this slide? Please verify that you can see my slide. Can you see my slide?
Yes,
Sorry.
yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. First, you need to know that the Bible is not a mystical book, right? It's not a mystical book. It's not book that is given to just Christians. I know this is a leadership course, and I have Sekinatu in class, Sekinatu Umaru. I have Munirat in class. I have quite a number of Muslims here. And while you went through the movie and some of the course outlines, you've seen some references from the Bible and all of that. The same way we have about 5 books as reference material, that is how the Bible is one of the reference material. And then all of you that are Christian, don't look at the Bible as a mystical book you put under your pillow to sleep so that witches and wizards will not come near you. That's not what the Bible is. The Bible is a manual, the creator's manual in guiding his creation. So if you are on earth, the Bible is a manual, and Evan Almighty used it as a manual. If you notice where he even picked his from, it was in the carton where he had other books, right? So he was not a religious person. So this particular module is not to steer the wave of religion, rather to steer the wave of a relationship, right? One of the course in emerging leadership course is a switch from religion to relationship paradigm. Have been very sad drama. So please, whether or not you are a Christian, the Bible is a manual, is the creator's manual, right? It's not a religious book. Okay, so I needed to do that clarification so that you can really get the best out of this review. Why we move on? It is very important. All right. Okay, look at his vision to change the world. I like this guy, Basta. Basta is quite a leader, right? And then you see in his placard, Basta started as a presenter. He moved from a presenter, a TV presenter, to a congressman, right? and from a congressman, he moved to something else that so many people are not proud of. But then you see the transition. You see the transition. He was a congressman. Sorry, he was a TV presenter. From a TV presenter, he moved into becoming a congressman, and then he really changed the world. So, but then it started with a vision statement: change the world. Think big, think faster, and change the world. Now, if you are on a leadership journey, first you must begin with your value. Yesterday's module treated the place of value system. Value system is not one of those things you write together, you put down to feel branded or you feel to feel motivated. As a matter of fact, it should be some of the things that pioneer your life, that drives your life, that moves you around. So all his dream is fixed in this boss: change the world. If I want to ask you that saw the movie or have been in this module one is ending today. To by next weekend we are moving into module two. But then I know you did hats, right? You did quite a number of stuffs. You did uh shape, right? You did quite a number of concepts that is going to help you get into discovering you. But then it begins with who you are at the moment. What's your vision? What are you seeing? If I use the word vision now, it looks like I'm talking about one thing that is big. It doesn't have to be very big. It doesn't have to be. In fact, if it is complex, you are confused. It has to be as minute as possible, but then clear as possible, and then it has to gain this significance that is unique to yourself. It might be what everybody is doing, but there is a connection it should have with you and you alone. So Bastards, we have several congressmen, but Bastards' uniqueness was single: change the world. So it begins with a vision. And that is what leadership is. It begins with a vision, right? And then in the next slide, how many of you remember that scene? Please, if your background is not noisy, you just unmute and then we share. How many of you remember that scene where the first night in the new house, the big house, all of them were so excited, and then it was time to sleep. And then the wife said something about everybody making a word of prayer. How many of you remembered? And then the wife
Remember.
asked him, "What's your own prayer?" Who can tell
Remember.
me? Yeah, who
I
can tell
remember
me what the who can tell me what the wife's prayer was?
for them to
Um,
closer forever.
Yeah, for the family to be closer forever. And that was the expectation of the wife. The wife wanted that. Now, you see, in leadership, family is first. Those of you who are religious, those of you who are workaholic, those of you who are um uh, you are friends or relation friends driven, those of you who are football addicts, those of you who are gist addict, movie addict, it doesn't matter whatever it is you please, but family should come first. As a matter of fact, in leadership, family is everything. If you don't have a very good relationship with your family and you are in this class, you have to get into a treatment this week. If you perhaps you are not married, but you came from a home and you are just striving, you are doing all you want to do to excel, to survive, and all of that, but back home you don't have a quality relationship with your parents and all of that, you're already breaking a major leadership principle. As a matter of fact, leadership begins at home. If you don't have a measure of influence at home, I don't know what you're trying to do in the world. You might not really make waves. So don't join this Gen Z mindset. I don't care what people are saying. I don't care. No, 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 no. So the wife in this case had a wish and a desire, and it was her prayer that the family became closer. But for Basta, what was his prayer? He didn't make a prayer, but he had a wish. And that is the place of religion and relationship. Basta was really not a religious guy. So he had a wish, he had a vision, he has a dream, he had an assignment, he had something that is pressing in his heart, but he did not have relationship. Even when he was praying, how many of you remember when he was praying? What word did he use when he started his prayer? Who can tell us? Who can tell us?
Sir, please, can
Wh-
you come again, sir?
When he started his prayer, what word did he use
He
when he
said, hey,
wanted
hey there.
Hey,
to? So you saw the way he was even
God.
addressing. Yes,
Just start casually.
exactly. And you see, that is what relationship is. I know some of you will not find it funny. Some of you will be like, how can he be saying God, hi, hey, what's that? But you know, that was what he knew. He knew that if he's going to be relating with a boss, it has to be relational. He has to be relational. And you know, for me, was that prayer answered?
Yes, it was
Yes.
Yes, sir.
answered.
It was answered. But you want to be religious, you want to see, you can be on the street and then you make a prayer. It's relationship. And every leader knows this. Every leader knows that there is a bigger boss up there that they are submitted to. And for every step they have to take, they need to relate with that bigger boss, regardless of your religion. So I am not doing religious study this night, but I am very careful to creating a balance because my class have people from different religion, right? So I am not in any way tearing any religion down. But if you don't have relationship with the creator, then you don't have a life. So Bastard did not pray, but that night he was challenged to pray. So when he knelt down, he said, hey, hi, you know. And then when he was ending, he even told God, God bless you. How many of you remember that? Yeah, he
Yes,
told
sir.
God bless you. And then he now remembered that, oh, I'm talking to God. Oh, wow. Please, God, wait, wait. Okay, you are the boss, you are the God, and all of that. Okay, that's by the way. So, but what is my point in this life? Please help me change the world. Please help me change the world. That is the mindset. The mindset is that you need to ask for help. 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 You have a vision, you have a goal, you have something you are pursuing. Please ask the bigger boss, ask the creator. Otherwise, you might not really do well. I have people who are activists for the girl child or female for gender equality. I don't want to call you a feminist. Munirat is here. I had people who are driving some very serious initiatives here and there. You need to understand that. See, no matter what you are driving, if you don't have relationship with the bigger boss, you might not get so much results. So I needed to say that very quickly while we move on. Right? So number three. Oh dear. All right. So timeliness and indication. What time did he set his morning alarm? Who can tell me?
By 7.
7 a.m. But what happened in this case? It was
It's 6:14.
6:14. All right. I heard when somebody was saying that we need to be very conscious with our environment and all and the things that are happening around us. Vasta was not. He saw 6:14, but he didn't see the gen that was above it. Right. Now, what does this slide speak to us? Everything around you is suggesting your assignment to you, but you don't know because you're not paying attention. If you are writing right, your pain in most cases is a pointer to the problem you are created to solve. Your pain, in most cases, is the pointer to the problem you are created to solve. Your passion, in most cases, is the pointer to the problem you are created to solve. So, if there are some things that I had a contact with one of the students here, and when we began to talk, I saw how pain she is when you see the female child being marginalized. I was seeing the pain, I was seeing the passion in her. It's a problem that she's created to solve that problem. But listen to me, all of you. Regardless of your pain and passion, if you don't understand timeliness, if you don't understand indicators, you might not really, really do well. Yeah. So there was a call for timeliness to Basta. The time is now. It's not 7 a.m. It's 6:14. And if Bastard gets up by 6:14 and use between 6:14 to 6:59 to pay attention to this assignment, he would not see the embarrassment he saw on his journey as a congressman. He doesn't have to have beard, he doesn't have to wear those clothes and all of that for him to fulfill that particular arc vision. But why did it go that way with him? It went that way simply because he was not willing, he was not ready, he was not available, he was not yielding to the time upon which the assignment should commence. So the creator have to use every route, embarrassment, and all of the routes possibly possible to just get his attention and get him to work. For you, it must not be like that. The moment you are sensing a call to do a thing, get into it, get into it, get into it. That is leadership. So you need to understand timeliness. You need to understand indicators. Indicators are some of those suggestions that comes based on environment. So your environment is speaking to you. You need to pay attention. I'm rushing because we have very limited time. Okay. All right. So look at in the Congress. This happened in the Congress. When they were taking allegiance, the US Congress allegiance, you saw how he saw this man and what happened to him. Who can talk to us? Somebody should speak to us. What happened to him?
Entered.
He
collapsed.
fainted. Yeah, he collapsed. He
Fainted.
fainted immediately. Yeah, he passed out. Why? What? Are you following me down here again? But then the man asked him, the creator asked him a question. He said, how long do you want to do this, son? Me, as a creator, I have got all eternity. But you walk in time, you know? And then
Mm.
he was not being responsive. Now, what does it suggest to us as leaders? Demand for response. Demand for response. It was yesterday I told us that one action is better than 99 intentions. One action is better than 99 intentions. No matter how much Basta intended, for the fact he's not taking action, I mean, he's not being a leader. He's not exercising leadership. So your greatest assignment should compel your greatest attention. That is a lesson for leadership. All right. Okay. And then the doctor came, and the doctor happened to be the creator. Hope you notice he passed on again. He fainted again, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I need this feedback. So everything was speaking to him. Everything was speaking. His environment was speaking. The doctors, everything around him was speaking. Now, what was the message from the doctor? He said, just go home, get some rest, and start on that arc. You hear me? Start on that arc. The arc is the reason why you are passing through all of this. Actually, it's a comic and a leadership movie. Okay. All right. So look at this. Everything was speaking. Basta told him, that's all right. I believe you. I just don't understand why you choose me. That was what Basta said. What was the creator's response? What was the creator's response?
You
The
want to
network is
change
breaking, my network.
You want to change the world. Oh dear, my battery is going down. My PC battery is going down. We have power break for some hours now. All right. You want to change the world. That was the response. That was why I choose you. You see, most times you don't know why the ball is on your court to solve that problem. It must not be something big, but the reason why it's on your court is simply because you are the right person. It's part of your vision, it's part of your goal, and all of that. Now, look at what Basta was saying. Is really not part of my plans here. It's really not my plans here. I don't know why you choose me, but it's not my plans. I have plans. I need to settle into my house. I need to make a good impression at work. I need to, listen. The ultimate plan is the ultimate plan. If your plan is not part of the ultimate plan, you might be doing a wrong thing. And that is why in module 3, we're going to be discovering our spheres. There's a sphere I belong to. I don't belong to every sphere. I know my sphere. In shape, when you did shape concept, right, you're going to have the shape material this week so you can find your shape, right? When you did, if you are going to be doing your sphere, you need to know exactly where. So Basta was saying, I need to settle into my house. I need to make good impression at work. I mean, I am a congressman, for Christ's sake. Why? Why? This is not part of my plan. And that is what most of us are doing. We are giving excuses because the ultimate plan does not look like our plan. You want to be that free Gen Z that have your way around things, or millennia, maybe you are the part of the millennia age or the Gen Z age, I don't know. But regardless of whatever age you belong to, you just want to be part of those trendy stuffs, the rainy stuffs, the yoppie stuffs, and then your assignment is directly opposite it. But because that is what is trending, that is what is reigning, you are just all out to getting it, to satisfying that plan of yours. And the plan is far from the ultimate plan. If you keep on with that kind of life, you are going to be on a circle. You won't move forward. And there is something about the circle. You will always end where you start. So there is no progression, although there is movement. Movement does not equal progress. They are not the same. For the fact that you are moving does not mean that you are making progress. So you must be sure, look at your life. Just look at your life, do a review and find out, am I really making progress or am I making movement? So Basta was saying, is really not my plan here. I need to settle this. I need to make this impression. I need to look like this. I need to be like this. I need to do. Hey guys, that is not leadership. Leadership is discovering the ultimate plan, setting out to making that plan a reality. That is leadership. We learned that leadership is influence. So, what are you influencing? What are you changing? What are you transforming? What are you? That is leadership. And you must understand that that exactly is your ultimate plan. So get into it and leave, throw away all this my plan, and all of those generational trends that is just distracting you. Come on, throw them away and put your life in a balance. Get your values straight up and hit the road running. That is leadership. So look at what the ultimate plan is. Say people want to change the world, but they don't know where to begin. You know, Basta said something to the creator. He said, but I don't even know where to begin. And the creator said, I hear that always. People want to change the world, but they don't know what to begin. And if anybody asks you, just tell them the flood is coming. That is the ultimate answer. Sometimes you want all the answers. Hey, listen to me. You won't get all the answers until you start. In leadership, it is not clear. What is clear is your next step. As a matter of fact, leadership is a blind journey. So you see the end and then you begin. But whatever you see at the end is not on ground. They are all sight. Is why you call it vision. They are mental pictures. So it's not as if you have all of the plans figured out. You just have a mental picture. You have a framework. So Basta was like, this thing is not clear. Okay, if they ask me, what am I going to tell them? The creator said, if anyone asks, tell them a flood is coming. Simple. Just get your one-line answer. Sometimes you just want to explain here, explain there, explain this, explain that, and then you want to figure everything out before you start. Is the reason why you are not going to be a transformational leader. You just end as a transactional leader. So level 5 leaders are leaders who understand the ultimate answer and they are just on their way. All right, knowledge is needed regardless. Do you know what brought him to this point? Who can tell me? Call my attention. Someone?
He was getting it all wrong.
Exactly. So for the fact that it is your creator that is asking you to do a thing does not mean you will get it right automatically. You need knowledge. You might receive it, maybe you dream and your creator say, do this. It does not mean that you have all the answers. You need knowledge. So you see, it was a disaster for him. I mean, when he was even trying to engage the nails and the hammer and all of that, he at many times got himself injured. Right? So he said, it's a disaster. I don't know how to build something like this. But do you remember that a book was given to him?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, but at this point, Basta have not engaged that book. And that was why he was getting it all wrong. You have a manual, the creator's manual for living. See, it's not religion. If you are not engaging that manual, you might, no, let me not even use possibility. You will be limited. You will be limited. So, your manual for living, how do you engage it? Even your place of leadership, your shape, the necessary knowledge you need to engage your shape. Do you have it? If you don't have it, go get knowledge. Don't say it's divine, it's supernatural, it's this and that, and then you off the knowledge gap, you will be making a very big disaster in that journey. All right. So at this point, they were stuck, and his little boy said, Dad, we can do this, but we gonna need some help. Know your limit and ask for help. We can do this, no doubt, but we're gonna need some help. How many of you remember this particular part?
I did,
I
sir.
Yes. And
I
what
did.
happened next? He actually requested for help. He said, I know we need something to lift those beams. And immediately the crane was made available. True of us?
yes.
Even
True.
when the train was, yes, even when the crane was made available, do you notice that he needed to engage the manual so he can know how to use the crane, right?
Yes.
So you need knowledge. We can't overemphasize the place of knowledge. Let me say this if you're writing right. What you need to really make input, impact, and influence is not age, is knowledge.
Sir, please come again.
Maybe his battery is dead.
Okay, let's give him some time so to see if he can connect back. Now, he was saying that his battery is low. I hope and I believe that all of you are writing. So it's very good that when it comes to this kind of classes, you should take notes. Okay, just one word, and turn around
Please,
something for you.
can someone rephrase the last thing you said, please?
Okay,
Please, can you rephrase the last thing that you said before you left?
let me type it on the group.
Oh, all right, thank you.
Okay, I just posted it now. So let's still wait. I believe that you have gotten it, Gabriel.
Okay, I think it's
I've
back now,
gotten it.
right? Is the
Thank you.
slide up?
No, sir, the slide is not up yet.
Okay, just a minute, please.
Okay, it's up now, sir. It's up now, sir.
All right. Sorry, my hotspot went out. Um, let's see how far we can still roll. Okay. All right. So I was talking about facing your fears, right? So somebody should speak to what happened here. What happened? What really happened on this slide? Yes, who is speaking to us?
I think here he was making a prayer to God that his love is too much, that he should love him less, something like that.
Okay, this was the place. Thank you very much, Benedict. This was the place where the wife left. The wife took his three sons and left. Yeah, Joy JC, your hand is up.
All right, sir. Sorry for responding late. This was when the wife left. They had an argument, and the wife was like, "I don't understand you anymore." Like, with everything that has happened in his life, and so the wife has to live with the kids. It's kind of broken down, but nevertheless, he just lifted up his eyes and was like, I know, whatever you do is just because you love me."
Exactly. Thank you very much. So he faced his fears. He faced his fears, and that is what leaders do. See, you don't shy away from responsibility. You don't run. You don't chicken out from. I mean, the moment you have something that seems bigger than you, hmm, if you overcome it, what you just did is you just receive an empowerment to help others overcome it. So most times you don't win for yourself. You win for others. That is leadership. You win for others. You must learn to look for these bigger challenges and face it heads on, heads on, shoulders squared up, heads on. Just get it out of your way. And the moment you win over it is an empowerment. You It's not a victory, it's not a personal victory. It's an empowerment to bring other people into that particular victory. And that is leadership. So he said, I know whatever you do because you love me. Mm. That's a guy that the wife just left him and his three sons. Now look at it. God will help you in your limits. So when the wife went to a coffee shop, that same creator appeared to the wife as one of the waiter. Well, I think it's a love story. You know, some of you okay, let me not let me really not go there. Let me really not go there. Oh well. Let me not go there. I need you to re-examine this particular, go back to the movie and re-examine this story, right? So that whole story is actually a love story, and is a love story that teaches how we can believe in each other. You notice that the animals showed up in their pairs, they stood by each other side by side. Yeah, actually, and that is what life is. That is what the ark is. That's what it is. Acts of random kindness. So if you are going to do your own part, leave the other part that you can manage. He left the part of his wife that he has tried his best, but it looks like he can't manage it. And his creator have to help him out in fixing that. And you can see in the next slide what happened. Just like Noah and his family, everybody entered his ark side by side. I had in my notes, let me see if I can. I had in my notes, there's something fascinating I wrote down, when I was trying to Do you remember her prayer? What was her prayer? Who can remind me? At the beginning of the movie.
That the family will
That
get
the family should be close.
Yeah,
yeah,
that the family should be closer. So the creator said that it's an opportunity. When someone pray for patience, God give them an opportunity to be patient. You remember that? When someone pray for
Yeah.
courage, God gives them an opportunity to be courageous. So she prayed for a family to be together. Building that ark was an opportunity for them to stay together. So it was actually an answer to her prayer, but to her, it doesn't look like it. And this is one of the reasons why we need to be very, very observant and discerning. That is leadership. You just have to be discerning. You have to be observant. Let's run. We're running out of time. So when he came back to look at what he said, but we got into this as a family. We got into this as a family, and that is the word of family. So family is everything. I can't stop emphasizing. Ensure that there is a smooth relationship within your family context. Just ensure that that family line is well going. It doesn't matter what your father has done. I'm speaking to one person. It doesn't matter what your father, your mother have done to you. Go back and amend things. Just apologize. Be the one to that restore that bond. Don't take side or prove a point or all of that. Just make sure that you take personal responsibility to restore that bond. Please don't continue this course next weekend knowing that you don't have a good family tie back home. Please, it's very important. You won't be a good leader. You're just going to be learning for head knowledge. And for us, imagine is better than certification. So you need to emerge, right? You need to emerge. All right. Family is everything. And then when she went back, it became a plus plus and a win-win for all of them. So you can see if we are going to stop this thing, we need to get down to now. There was a problem here. This was a distraction. How many of you remember this slide? When Ambassador colleagues came to meet him in the site where he was building, and they told him that, hey, that other congressman, what was his name now? The senior congressman. Who remembered? All right, so all right, no problem. It's insignificant, so that is why you can't remember. I also can't remember. All right, so but then when that congressman, they discovered his plots and some of the wrong um, agendas he had as a congressman, they came immediately to tell him that, hey, Basta, we need to stop this thing and go down to Capitol Hill and stop this guy. That was a distraction because it was immediately they were still talking on this. He said, no, he can't leave this. That his son came to him and said, Dad, it is done. How many of you remembered?
I do.
I did, sir.
Yes, yes. So you must know that the moment you are building anything worthwhile, there must be distraction. Anticipate distraction. Yes, anticipate distraction. There is no building of anything that is worth the attention of a generation, or that is what transformation, that is what results that will be a blessing to humanity, that won't call for distraction. But you know, most of you, even while you are building your life, you don't pay attention to your distractions. If you're a leader and you are not sensitive to your distractions, you won't go far. Know the things that distract you each time you are intentional with building, and start putting a stop to those distractions. Some of you is food, some of you is sleep, some of you is pleasure. You don't know how to delay gratification. You over celebrate. Some of these things are not it. So in leadership, you must know your distraction and put an end to it. Yeah. If you don't put an end to it, no matter how much you put effort in building, you will destroy what you are building or what you've built. So just putting speed to build is not enough. Ensure you eliminate distractions by all means. Blow your trumpet regardless. Nobody is going to blow your trumpet for you. You have to learn to blow your trumpet. So at this point, he was calling them, go on, get into the ark, everyone, get on the ark. He was blowing his trumpet. You are saying that you are the one doing them a favor. Even though your solution is going to bless them, you must blow your trumpet to get them blessed. The result, the end justify the means. Imagine you prepared a very good food and there are nobody to come and eat. You are building your life and you are saying, that one consign them. If they want, they should come. If they don't, that is not leadership. In leadership, you have to be intentional in making your impact. If it takes forcing them, force them. It's one of the reasons why this course is 50,000 naira of scholarship for every one of you. So about 2.5 million naira is being invested. And somebody was chatting me up and said, it's too much and all of that. We know exactly the talent we want to harness. So for us to harness this quality of talent, we need to put in this amount of money of investment on the line. Don't worry. So that is part of what we are saying. You need to blow your trumpet. You are the one blessing them. You are the one helping them. You are the one impacting them. If it takes you begging them, beg them. That is leadership. What's your goal? You need to actualize the vision. You need to achieve the vision. You need to score the goal. That is your biggest dream. Celebrate your win and move on. So when they eventually build it and then the flood came and they excel with that project and all of that, he hanged out. He now had a good family time. He hanged out with his family and then he saw the creator. And the creator said, you did good, son. You changed the world. See, you don't even know how to celebrate your wins. Sometimes, those of you who are doing ELDPC, let me even ask you, how do you celebrate yourself? Some of you, you have done ELDPC for like 1 month. Consistently in 1 month, you are praying daily, you are meditating daily, you are reading daily, you are visualizing daily, you are doing an act of kindness daily. There are about 8 to 9 things we do daily as leaders. Those of you who just subscribe for ELC, don't worry, you meet that in module 2. I heard Benedict talking about those daily routine and rituals of leaders. You get to meet that. Now, how do you celebrate yourself? I read an average of 1 book a week, 4 books a month, 48 to 52 books every year. And I've been doing that for so many years now. Now, how do I celebrate? I have a way of celebrating myself. Every week that I finish a book, I have a way of celebrating myself. I mean, it's private, it's personal. I'm not going to put it out there. But what am I saying? You need to have a way of celebrating yourself, have a way of rewarding yourself. So that is part of leadership because you get motivated, you get drive, you get fueling into running the journey again, right? Okay, arc one act of random kindness. This is your essence. One act of random kindness. This is your essence, and you must get at it. You must get at it. You must ensure that, see, whatever vision you have, whatever assignment you have, whatever task you have, what the goal is to assist others become better. Oh dear. The goal is to assist others become better. So you must ensure that you are showing an act of random kindness consistently. That is your arc and all of that. Okay, let me look for a good ground to just land this module so that we can have a conversation while we tie up the class. All right. So you can now do the dance. Oh wow. You can now do the dance. Okay. So at this point, he told him, oh guy, you've accomplished this thing. Okay, now go and do the dance. You can this dance you wanted to dance, the hiking. You notice that it was hiking that brought them to this place. How many of you realized?
Yes. I
Yes.
read.
Good. And that hiking is what the family has always anticipated. It's called the skill of delayed gratification. You don't know how to delay the things you just want to do for the greater goals. You need you need something, but there is something that is more essential. You have to delay it to get the more essential. I don't want to tell you how many gratification I've delayed because of the bigger picture. It's part of it. It's part of leadership. It's part of leadership. So you just have to have that design. Get yourself into that design where you know how to delay gratification for the common goal. So I'm going to get just two contribution before I stop the recording and then we discuss further. The contribution number one is, what is your most favorite part of the movie and what is your biggest lesson, leadership lesson in module 3? If you want to speak, you just have to raise your hand and then I'm going to allow you to, to talk. And while you are doing that, this next slide says, school your potential in the school of service. You must learn to serve your potential. If you don't serve your potential, it's not going to become profit. There is something we call potential to profit paradigm for transformation. You have to learn to school your potential. Send your potential to school and then serve them. There are two things that makes you exceptionally great. Number one is studies. Number two is service. Studies and service is a concept we're going to deal on later anyway. But then make sure that you are serving. Make sure you are serving. Make sure you are serving. Whatever you know how to do, start serving it. Serve it so well that you'll be known for it and then you can be rewarded whatever to just get that value out from you. That is leadership. Okay. So questions and engagement. Engagement number one, what's your favorite part of the movie? Evan Almighty, and what's the leadership? What's the leadership lesson? Okay. Munirat, your hand is up. Go on.
My favorite part of the movie is the first time he came to the office, that those birds came there with him, like they came through the windows to sit on him and sit around all over him around the office. And when the congressman came in, the way he navigates everything, it was meant to be a disaster. He was making a fool out of himself, but in a way, they pick a sense out of it and he was saved. So it's more like, um how do I put this? Uh Wrong timing with good words, something like that. So I kind of love that particular scene in the movie.
All right.
Then
Hold on, Munirat. Hold on a minute before you continue. You see, the lesson for me there from that particular scene she just spoke from is that you must learn to bring out message from every mess. You must learn to bring out a message from every mess. That was a mess. Oh, thank you, Jesus. That was a mess, right? That was a
yes,
mess. But
yes,
then he was so intentional in bringing out a message from it. And that is
yes,
leadership. Some of you are stuck and you don't even know what next. Come on now, think outside the box. Somebody say thinking outside the box will make you act. However, just make sure that you are thinking outside the box. Make sure that you are intentional with your thought pattern, your thought process, and all of that. So, thank you very much. Yes, go on, Nirat. Go on.
yeah. So my greatest lesson in the movie is the fact that um I don't have to be perfect. And I even if I think I can't do it, I should always go for it and be resilient and seek for wisdom and trust my family to be there. So I think that's my greatest lesson. And tolerance, yes, tolerance and observation. That is it, sir.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Can I speak something? Let me speak something to that. Please know that in the days when it is tough, your strongest alliance would be your family. Actually, you don't understand. In the psychology of human, it is normal for human to navigate towards their greatest place of solace and comfort. It's normal. And in psychology of relationship, there is this um there is this um phase of relationship that is called the confidence. Now, confidence are people that likes you for who you are, and 90% of your confidence are your family. In fact, if you get a confidence outside your family, God has blessed you. And if that confidence is your wife, I have always thought that you are the greatest, in fact, the biggest blessing. The biggest blessing is what you enjoy. Some of you thought that the biggest blessing is money and all of that. No, it's strategic and quality relationships. So we have three in that phase, in that category. Number one is confidence. Confidence are people that love you for who you are, not for what you have or what you are pursuing or what you want to achieve and all of that, for who you are. The second is constituents. Constituents are those that love you for what you want, what you are achieving, or what you are doing. They are constituent because what you are doing, they like it. So they like you because of that common goal. And the day they take away that common goal, there is no more friendship. And the third is comrades. Comrades are those who likes you um for the sake of partnering with you to kill the bigger enemy. So if there is an enemy to kill now, just getting in touch with you to destroy the bigger enemy. If you are the best person to partner with to destroy the bigger enemy, you become their friends. The moment the bigger enemy is down, we are no more friends. So your family largely are part of that confidence, and that is why you need to please be intentional with family. Part of the leadership lesson that this particular movie, Module 3, is showing us is family. Family is one of the value system. Hmm? All right. We are gradually running out of time. Thank you very much, Munirat, for that. There is no hand up. I gave a slot for two people. All right, Benedict.
And the part I like most is the I would say the animation type. So I like the part where the where the flood started coming, and then the movement of the ship, the wave of the water, and all of that. That's the part I like.
Okay. Thank you. What's your biggest lesson? Leadership lesson.
The biggest lesson there is I'm still really getting to get myself involved in this class. Like I said, this is my third time of doing this class, and then I kind of would I say and I have questions to ask you. When you were mentioning billions, like 50,000, I wanted to understand is this global or I don't really get.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Benedict. Thank you, everyone. I think it's quite an amazing movie. Now, let me get you. Which part of the movie was not part of the review?
Sorry.
No, I'm not speaking to you. I'm speaking to the general house now.
Okay.
I didn't get you. Somebody was saying something on the chat. Okay.
Sir,
Okay.
my phone battery is down 2%. It's soon off. Please.
Oh, okay. It's all right.
Oh, light. Jesus.
What's going on there? I hope you are safe.
I
All
think
right.
I like that first.
Restored. Oh, Nigeria. Thank God. All right. Thank you very much. I'm going to stop the recording now and then we get into this conversation. And then we tie up the class. We just have very few minutes. Thank you very much for participating in lecture 3, module 1. I hope we found value. We have quite an amazing time seeing that movie. Of course, in emerging leadership course, Sunday is always fun. We are not so strict and all of that. We just take our time to see some leadership movie, extract lessons um, that align with our model, right? And leadership is one of the most profound leadership concepts that everyone should study. If you're studying leadership and you're not looking into leadership and leadership, and all of that, I mean, it's not so much. There is so much we can do. So please, I truly, truly would want to ask that we uh, take our time to be pragmatic in our learning, apply. Is application that prove learning, right? So if there is no application, we can't be sure that we are learning. So take our time to apply again. Thank you very much for all that we do again and again. We are going to take attendance and take one or two reminder before we shut down for tonight. Thank you. Thank you very much. I can see the virtual hand going on. Yeah, thank you. I like those virtual hands.